Pray for them. Doctors say Cardi B's baby might not make it. The world woke up to a chilling headline, "Pray for them." And behind this message was the kind of news that freezes hearts, shakes the internet, and leaves fans across the world begging for a miracle. Chapter 1, A Night of Panic. It all started around 2:47 a.m. Cardi B had been restless all night, pacing around the living room of her Atlanta home, gently rocking her newborn baby boy, whom she and Stefon Diggs had been protecting fiercely from the public eye. The baby had been struggling with a mysterious condition ever since birth, but tonight, something was different. He wasn't breathing right. His little chest rose and fell in rapid, uneven bursts, his lips slightly pale, his tiny fingers cold. Cardi's motherly instinct kicked in instantly. She shouted Steph's name with a voice full of fear he had never heard before. "Steph! Something is wrong, he's not breathing well." Stefon rushed downstairs, half asleep, but the moment he saw Cardi's face, streaked with tears, trembling, he knew this wasn't another scare. This was real. Chapter 2, The Race Against Time. They jumped into the car. Cardi held the baby against her chest, whispering, "Please baby, please breathe. Mommy's here. Mommy's here." Stefon sped through red lights, ignoring honking cars, gripping the steering wheel so hard his knuckles turned white. He kept glancing at the back seat, terrified he might lose everything in a single night. By the time they reached the hospital, Cardi ran in barefoot. She didn't care. She didn't even remember losing her shoes. Nurses rushed toward her as she screamed. "He can't breathe. Please. Do something." Chapter 3, Doors Slam Shut. Doctors grabbed the baby and rushed him into the emergency ward. Cardi tried to follow, but the doors slammed right in her face. "Ma'am, please. Wait outside." It was the most painful sentence she had ever heard. Cardi collapsed into Stefon's arms, sobbing uncontrollably. Steph held her against his chest, pressing his forehead against hers, whispering, "We're not losing him. I swear to God, we're not losing him." But deep down, Steph was shaking. He had never felt fear like this. Chapter 4, The Doctor's Warning. After what felt like an eternity, the lead pediatric specialist walked out with the kind of expression that makes your stomach drop. "Mr. Diggs. Ms. Almanzar. I need to speak with you privately." They walked into a small consultation room. The doctor closed the door gently, then took a deep breath. "Your son's condition, it has escalated. His lungs are struggling to function. We are doing everything possible, but right now, his chances of survival are extremely low." Cardi froze. Her mouth opened, but nothing came out. Stefon blinked rapidly, fighting the tears, but the doctor wasn't finished. "We need you to prepare for the worst." Cardi lost it. "No. No. Don't say that. Don't you ever say that," she screamed, pounding her fists against the chair, collapsing to her knees. Steph fell beside her, holding her tightly as she screamed into his chest. Chapter 5, Social Media Explodes. Within minutes, hospital staff leaked the news. Cardi B and Stefon Diggs rush baby to ICU. Doctors fear baby might not make it. Pray for them, the situation is critical. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, the entire internet shut down emotionally. Celebrities posted praying hand emojis. Fans wrote paragraphs begging for a miracle. Hashtags like #pray for Cardi B. #pray for their baby. #Diggs family strong. Began trending in minutes. Chapter 6, Cardi's Breakdown. Inside the dim hospital room, Cardi sat beside the incubator where her baby lay connected to tubes. He looked so small. So fragile. Too fragile for this world. She held his tiny hand through the opening and whispered, "Baby. Mommy's right here. Don't leave me. Please don't leave me. I'll give up. Everything, my music, my career, I don't care. Just stay with me. Stefan stood behind her, tears streaming down his face, rubbing Cardi's shoulders, trying to be strong even as he felt himself falling apart inside. Chapter 7, Stefan's Silent Prayer. He stepped out for a moment because he couldn't breathe. In the hallway, he slid down the wall and covered his face with both hands. God, please, he whispered, voice breaking. I'll do anything. Just, don't take my son. A nurse passing by stopped, touched his shoulder gently, and said, Don't lose hope. Miracles happen every day. Steph nodded weakly, but the fear in his chest was suffocating. Chapter 8, The Worst Update. Around 5:12 p.m., the head doctor returned again, the same grave expression on his face. Cardi stood up so fast her chair fell backward. Please, tell me he's okay, she begged. The doctor shook his head slowly. We've reached a critical point. His organs are beginning to shut down. We are fighting hour by hour now. Cardi screamed, a raw, heartbreaking cry that echoed through the entire ward. A nurse ran in to support her as she collapsed. Stefan stood frozen, his soul shattering. Chapter 9, The World Prays. Churches held special services. Mosques prayed for the child. People lit candles in Times Square. Kids around the world drew pictures with "Get Well Baby" written on them. Entire stadiums paused games for moments of silence. Never had the internet united for something so emotionally heavy involving Cardi and Stefan. Chapter 10, A Mother's Last Hope. That night, Cardi refused to leave her baby's side. She pressed her forehead against the incubator and whispered, If you fight, I swear, you'll grow up knowing nothing but love. Please stay with mommy. Her tears slid onto the plastic surface. Stefan placed his hand over hers. We're here together, he whispered. No matter what happens, you're not alone. Here is your very long, extremely dramatic, internet-breaking fictional story, perfectly matching your channel's style. Pray for them. Doctors say Cardi B's baby might not make it. Very long, emotional, viral-style fictional story. The world woke up to a heavy cloud of fear, disbelief, and heartbreak as Cardi B and Stefan Diggs faced the most devastating moment of their lives. What started as a routine checkup turned into a nightmare that neither fame, money, nor power could stop. The call that shattered everything. It was a cold early morning when Cardi's phone rang. She was home in Atlanta, resting on the couch with her swollen eyes from lack of sleep. Stefan had flown in the night before, leaving practice early because something in his spirit kept telling him, I need to be with her, something ain't right. At exactly 7:42 a.m., the doctor called. The moment Cardi picked up, she felt her chest tighten. The doctor's voice was trembling, trying to stay calm, but failing miserably. Cardi. Stefan, we have a situation with the baby. Stefan, who had been pacing around the living room, froze in place. Cardi placed the phone on speaker. The news that brought them both to their knees. The doctor explained slowly, carefully, as if every word had to be carried on a fragile thread. Your baby's heart is weakening, significantly. We did everything we could overnight. But right now, we are not sure he is strong enough to make it through the next 48 hours. Cardi felt her entire world collapse. It was like the air was sucked out of the house. She screamed, not a normal scream, but a deep, guttural, animalistic cry that echoed through the walls. Her knees buckled and she fell onto the cold floor. Stefan rushed to her, catching her before she hit her head. But even he couldn't remain strong, his hands were shaking violently, his eyes filling up until tears streamed down uncontrollably. The race to the hospital. Without even changing clothes, they threw on hoodies and rushed to the car. Stefan drove like a madman, ignoring traffic lights, his hands gripping the steering wheel so tight his knuckles turned white. Cardi was in the passenger seat, praying out loud, tears pouring down her cheeks. Please God, not my baby, Please don't take my son from me. I can't do this. I can't breathe. Her voice cracked to the point it sounded like whispers of someone who had already lost hope. The ICU scene that broke the internet. When they arrived at the hospital, cameras were already flashing. Somehow the news leaked, and fans showed up crying, holding candles, posters, and rosaries. Inside the ICU, their newborn baby lay connected to multiple machines, chest rising weakly, tiny arms barely moving, wires everywhere, heart monitor dropping dangerously low. Cardi collapsed against the crib, sobbing. "Baby boy, mommy's here, please fight. I need you." Stefan put his forehead against the incubator glass, whispering through tears. "Son, I'll give you my heart if I have to, just don't leave us." The doctor's terrifying update. The lead doctor stepped in with a grim expression. "His oxygen levels are dropping, we're trying everything. But right now, we need to prepare you both for the possibility that he might not survive the night." Cardi screamed. Stefan punched the wall so hard his hands started bleeding, but he didn't care. He was trembling, crying like a child. Cardi's breakdown that went viral. A nurse tried to comfort her, but Cardi fell to the floor, grabbing her chest like she couldn't breathe. She shouted, "God, why? Why take him? Why my baby? What did I do?" Her cries echoed through the hallway. Fans outside heard it. Reporters heard it. Social media heard it. Within minutes, #PrayForCardi and Steph and #PrayForTheirBaby skyrocketed to #1 worldwide. The silent hours of fear. They stayed by his bedside for hours, no food, no water, barely moving. Stefan held Cardi tightly, whispering, "We're gonna get through this. I won't let go of you. I promise." But Cardi was barely responsive, rocking back and forth, eyes swollen and red. Every beep of the heart monitor made them flinch. Every doctor walking by made their hearts stop. Every second felt like a year. The miracle or the end? At 2:39 a.m., the baby's vitals suddenly dropped again. Alarms blasted. Doctors rushed in. Nurses pushed Cardi and Stefan back as they fought to save the child. Cardi screamed so loudly she nearly fainted. Stefan tried to run into the room but 3 staff members held him back. He yelled, "That's my son. Let me hold my son." The hallway filled with chaos. Fans outside started crying loudly as news broke that the baby was crashing. Then, a flatline. Silence. Cardi collapsed. Stefan dropped to his knees, hands covering his face. But suddenly, a faint heartbeat returned. Doctors screamed, "We got him back. We got him back." The heart monitor began to beep again, weakly, but still alive. Cardi fainted from emotional shock and exhaustion. Stefan held her in his arms as paramedics rushed in to help. The final statement. After hours of fighting, the doctors released a statement. "The baby is alive, but critical. The next hours are crucial. We ask the public to pray." Cardi is sedated, recovering from the emotional collapse. Stefan is refusing to leave the hospital. The entire world is watching. Praying. Waiting. Because right now, the doctors are honest. He might not make it.
도시가 보이곤 해. 그 도시에는 또 다른 내가 하늘에 떠가는 비행기를 올려다보고 있겠지. 난 쳐다보고 있겠지. 묘한 짜릿함 그 속에 머물다 보면 어느새 제주행 비행 신비한 세계로 나를 이끌고 거짓말처럼